This is a special episode for our Year of the Robot series, as it's one suggested by one of our viewers.
We're extending our series by another episode.
So, what's the suggestion?
They've asked us to see if we could recreate Clank from the famous computer game series Ratchet Clank.
How the hell are we gonna do that? I mean, look at it. Clank is tiny.
Well, we have done small robots before.
Yes, we have. Marmoset being one of them, but he's not even humanoid shaped.
And Clank has got legs, not threads.
Well, there's Lemur, who's next in line for the shortest robot we've done, and he's more humanoid shaped.
I think the one after that was Tweaky. I don't know how much smaller we can make a robot, truth be told. It's a challenge for sure, but we can't really leave a viewer hanging, can we? So what are we waiting for?
Let's get building.
Okay, this wasn't an easy one to recreate, and to be honest, trying to get it small enough was a challenge. One I didn't think I could do.
But did you manage it?
Well, it depends.
Depends on...
I'll explain later. First, let's start with the feet, and we'll be following in Tweaky's footsteps with that one, as it were, starting with 1x1 run tiles upside down, and attaching them to those fancy 1x1 run plates with a clip.
And this time, we can use that piece in black, as Clank's articulations around the hips are black.
For once, we're using the right color. And really, what would we do without that piece, eh? A lot of our robots would be a lot chunkier, that's for sure.
So you'll be using a T-piece next?
Actually, no. You see, height isn't the sole challenge with Clank. He's a diminutive robot in every dimension. So I thought I'd use a part I never have before, but one which was specifically designed with small robot characters in mind.
Ooh, sounds intriguing.
Oh, I know the one you mean. It's that weird piece whose central section is smaller than a 1x1 brick, yet has a bunch of handles to connect it to other parts, negating the need to add other parts to it for that functionality, which will make the end result much narrower.
So in a way, it's like a skeleton torso piece.
Yes, only much smaller. It was used extensively during the XXIV theme, and it's simply referred to as a mechanical torso.
Nifty. Why did we use it before for some of our own robots?
Because I felt it was too obvious, and in a way, too easy. And I much prefer using generic parts which are easier to source. Well, even though that torso has been discontinued since 2018, there's still a bunch of them on the secondary market. Now, since the torso doubles up as the T-piece we usually use, we're attaching it directly to those tiny little legs. Next, we can also attach arms directly onto it.
So, no need for that versatile 1x1 round tile with a bar you like so much.
No need indeed, because that bar I need to attach the arms to is already there in that torso piece.
I see what you mean about that part making it too easy.
Exactly, but there was no way around it this time. As there are two different types of arms we can use, I'll use one of each on either side.
This is going pretty fast. You won't be needing many pieces for it, will you?
Actually, a few more than expected. You see, if you turn the build around, that torso piece has a big hole in its back.
That's pretty unsightly.
It's an easy fix, just plug it with the 1x1 round plate and you're done. Having done that, the next challenge was Clank's front grille. I just couldn't find a part for it that replicated it. And we've looked. It had to be a printed 1x1 tile, and LEGO have a bunch of them, but nothing that matched. So we're presenting various options. There's a series of grey dots on a black tile for one, or a black tile with what could be a circuit board. Maybe more promising is a grey tile with white stripes. But I ended up choosing one that may not be a proper match. I think it's supposed to represent a speaker, but somehow it just feels right.
Well, you've given our viewers a choice anyway, so they can opt for the one they prefer themselves.
Now, the head was a much bigger challenge. It has a distinctive oval shape and those big green eyes. How do you replicate that at such a tiny scale? I tried making a brick-built version, but I quickly gave up as it just got way out of scale way too fast. That's when we went looking through Bricklink's inventory, looking for a grey head with green eyes. And it turns out that there's only one such head, which belongs to a robot from the XXIV, Cyberbiter.
Hold on. Okay, it's got green eyes, but that face looks really angry with gnarled teeth. That doesn't look like Clank at all.
True, but that's because it's a dual-sided head, and the other side is much more neutral.
Okay, that works, but then you've got the angry head on the other side.
I agree that's an issue, so I tried looking for a way to conceal it, and the only option I could find that works for Clank was the same helmet I used for Tweaky.
Not the most ideal of choices, though.
You're right, it isn't, but it's the best I could do.
And what about Clank's cute little red antenna?
Okay, I had a big problem with that one too. One possibility I thought of was attaching a 1x1 run plate with a bar to the back, then attaching a 1x1 run plate with a hollow stud at the top, and a 1x1 dome piece to that. But it felt like it was just way too out of proportion.
Okay, well, how about you remove the 1x1 round plate you used to cover the hole, fill that hole with a half-Technic pin, attach an antenna base to it, and then slot in an antenna piece in red.
That's a cool idea. It does away with the bulkiness my solution had. But there's just one problem.
What's that?
The antenna piece doesn't come in red.
Ah, okay. Oh, well, scratch that then.
So at the end of the day, I resorted to doing away with Clank's little antenna, hoping the design is good enough for him to be recognized at that scale.
Now you just need to put him next to Ratchet.
There isn't such a minifig in Lego's inventory, GG, but you can borrow my sig fig instead.
That will do nicely.
So there we are. One Clank as small and thin as we could make him. What do you think? Is he close enough to the original? Have you got an idea on how to make him smaller yet still recognizable? Whatever your thoughts, let us know in the comments. And if there are any other robots you'd like us to try and recreate at minifig scale, write it down in the comments. And if you like what we do,
And how we do it,
And you feel you'd like to help us out,
please consider joining our Patreon.
we'll leave a link to it in the description.
So, have we finally reached the end of our series?
we have, unless someone comes up with yet another suggestion.
Whatever happens, it's been a great ride, and if we get any further requests, it'll be a bonus.
As long as we got the skills to recreate those, that is.
Of course. And until then, thanks for watching, and we'll speak to you again next time. First, let's start with the feet, and we'll be following in Twiggy's footsteps with that one, as it were, starting with 1x1 run tiles upside down and attaching them to the... God.